Did some shopping. Hey diary listeners, welcome back to my channel. So for this entry, I'm going to be wrapping up the last bit of my trip to Canada, and as I previously mentioned, Canada is huge. So I've been to Mississauga, Ontario, Toronto, and now Montreal. So I'm going to be sharing 8 highlights which made this an amazing trip for me, starting off with spending quality time with my family, since I haven't been able to in such a long time. But it was really good because we picked up right where we left off. But if you want to see the remainder of the highlights, keep on watching. I'm going to start off with my journey there, and you're going to hear about a little minor hiccup. So I had quite a day, right? I was supposed to get on to a particular train 84, and get to Toronto, downtown Toronto. I'm supposed to get to Union Station. I ended up on the wrong platform, or so the passengers told me, because there was no train attendant there or conductor to ask the question. And I got on the wrong train, well, a different train company, but I'm at the right station now, and I'm waiting to get onto my train. So this has been quite an experience. There was a really nice guy who helped me, kind of helped center my news a bit as well, because he was like, don't worry, when you get to the next station, you'll be able to find your train and all that, because Union Station is like a hub for different transfers and stuff. It has been a day, exciting to say the least, but I'm at the right station now, so what a great start. So despite the adventurous hiccup, I was elated and relieved, but was also hungry. So I indulged myself with some Tim Hortons. And Tim Hortons is what Starbucks is to Americans and Ritual to Trimbagonians. I had a cookie and a muffin. Now it's time to get on the train to head to Dorval in Montreal. Seated and ready. Now I don't know why this was surprising to me, but there was a menu of items to purchase similar to that of an airplane. It was pretty cool. I mean, they should, considering the train ride was 5 hours long. We did get several bottles of water for free though, since the car that I was in had no AC. Now, you may be wondering, well, why did she choose a 5-hour train ride? I explored the option of flying across from Toronto, since it was around the same price range, but I preferred the scenic route. I mean, look at all of this beauty. Plus, I wanted to see how a long train ride will be. Bathroom breaks, if I would sleep. I didn't. The views, if it's bumpy, whether or not the environment would be loud. Let's just say if you asked me to do a long train ride again, I definitely would, because it was smooth, comfortable, and quiet. At least this one. To give you a bit of insight into Montreal, Montreal is located in the province of Quebec and is known as Canada's cultural capital, simply because of its diverse culture, lively arts scene, and rich history. It's a bilingual city, French and English, so you'll see a lot of the signs, food places, and that the people speak in French. The overhead compartments too is similar to that of an airplane, as well as the bathroom, but the bathroom is a bit more roomy. Before you know it, the train ride was over and my aunt met me at the station. After spending a chunk of the night reminiscing and catching up, it's a new day and it's time to go see what Montreal's got. But first, I was taken aback by how similar Canada's bills are to that of Trinidad and Tobago's. First adventure is to Angrignon Mall in LaSalle. Pardon my French. This mall's got over 200 stores. Of course, we had a time browsing and shopping. One of the stops was at La Baie de Hudson, and you guys know it. Selfie! Now, this is so pretty. Then, to my third highlight, Dollarama. There's always something you can leave with from the dollar store. In the States, we have Dollar Tree and Dollar General, and I always leave with something. Next is my fourth highlight, but first, your KFC in French is PFK. It really stands for Poulet Frites Kentucky. Poulet stands for chicken. Frites is deep fried or fried. I was like, wow. We're trying poutine. The Galvard. No, the extreme. Okay, so just like you can't go to New Orleans and not have beignets, you can't go to Trinidad and not have doubles, you simply can't come to Canada and not have poutines. I am trying the extreme poutine, and you can have it plain or different toppings. Plain is just simply fries with cheese and gravy, but mine is going to be fries smothered with gravy, beef, cheese, and sausage. I will admit though, I was a bit hesitant because, some gravies don't taste too good, but let's see. Not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. At the end, it was great because I ate all. We definitely enjoyed our lunchtime. So as you guys know, I love admiring the trees, especially in the fall. So we're at Bordulac in Lachine here, and Bordulac translates to lakeshore or lakeside, and we're just taking a stroll. So at this point here, I'm learning a bit about the history of lakeshore from my cousin Brent, and basically lakeshore is their waterfront that a lot of people flock to engage in water sports like kayaking, boating, paddle boarding, to even have picnics, to exercise, whether it's cycling, walking, jogging, or just to hang out near the lake. And it was just such a peaceful atmosphere, and I can totally understand why people would visit as an escape from the everyday routine or the hustling and bustling in society just generally.
People come from all over the city, like, oh, we're going to Lakeshore, So it's like the waterfront.
Right.
Yeah, so we come over here.
Now, this view is just stunning. Surely a sight to behold. whole, it just needs to be framed. I was in awe. Such joy. I loved every bit of this stroll. Today we are heading to downtown Montreal and to Old Montreal, but we're taking the scenic route to lunch first, then to catch the bus to head to the metro. Our lunch spot today is at Nichols. It's a nice little spot inside of a shopping plaza. I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and it was delicious. Now we're on our way to catch the bus, head to the metro that'll take us downtown. It's so pretty! Let me tell you, when I came down the escalator and saw how pristine the metro was, I was blown away. I frequent New York and it can't compare to how clean and quieter this one is. Even the seats and floor of the train car was clean. It was really impressive. We made it to Eaton Mall, wandered a bit, took some photos, and headed outside. This is super quiet. So different to downtown Manhattan. You think it would be loud and noisy? And it is not.
It so happened to be that when I changed my schedule.
Look at that one over there. Yeah. They got huge buildings, and we even saw this cute little setup in a square. This is definitely a highlight for me. The quietness, the calmness, the sprinkle of trees in between the buildings so that it's not fully concrete all around. I just love it so much. Then we came up to the Ring. Now I found it to be so cool. Then I learned that a lot of Canadians found it to be a waste of money since it cost over 5 million Canadian dollars to build. Apparently, the Ring is supposed to show the marriage between the past, present, and future of the city. Next up, we did a little walking and we saw the Mary, Queen of the World Cathedral. Now, this is the third largest church in Quebec, built at the end of the 19th century, which is a replica of a church in Rome. So it bears national importance to Canadians. Next up, ice cream.
This one here? Toddy Choco, Carrier Forge, Creme Dulce Biscuits, You can pronounce it. I try. I try. I can't pronounce that.
Just a happy girl with her Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So we strolled a bit more downtown, then headed to Old Montreal. I like music, but I do love me some good calming music. This was beautifully done. I don't even know what was playing. All I know is that it was phenomenal. We walked a little further and now we're at Old Port of Montreal.
Du Port de Montreal.
In Old Montreal. At least it's still considered to be a part of Old Montreal. Old Port of Montreal is along the St. Lawrence River and it dates back to the 1600s when it served as a vital trading hub for the French settlers and indigenous peoples, becoming one of the most busiest ports in North America. But it started to decline by the mid 20th century as it moved to other ports not too far away that facilitated the trading. Today, it serves as an attraction to tourists and locals to experience the waterfront views, scheduled tours to gain knowledge of the history. And not only is it just a waterfront view, but there are restaurants, shops, and entertainment venues to partake and enjoy. I bounced up a little Montreal sign and of course had to take a selfie. Just a stone throw away was more views of Old Montreal that is most visited by tourists. The cobblestone, the architecture, the art, the eateries. Now this was definitely a highlight for me. The last highlight actually, before I head home. It is my final day here in Canada. I'm in Montreal and I'm heading to the mall to do some last minute shopping and spend some time with my auntie and then head to the airport. It was such a good trip. We ventured to another enormous mall, Cafe Laval, did some shopping, but saw this beautiful display just on the way to grab lunch at the food court before heading home. This Canada trip was one for the books. From the surprise to Auntie Claudie, going downtown Toronto to see my dad, going to Niagara Falls, one of the wonders of the world, visiting Montreal, going downtown Montreal, seeing Old Montreal. I feel blessed. I am happy, I am filled, I am satisfied, and I get to go home loving this entire experience, having memories from this trip and anticipating the next visit to Canada. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.